Hello guys, how you guys doing? Now there's a video I want you to watch, alright? A video that reiterates the importance of minding your business. A video that underscores how sine qua non it is a condition if you want to live a happy life, if you want to live a life without problems, to mind your business, for you not to interfere in a matter that does not concern you. Now watch.
मेरी वाइफ साले बाइक चलाते हो, निकाल चाबी, निकाल। क्यों निकाल चाबी?
आसमां के परे एक झूठ सच
As you can see in that video, that young man took it upon himself to interfere in a business that was not his, and look at his end. In real life, when you intervene in a matter that does not concern you, you might end up being in big trouble. Alright? I'll tell you a quick story about something similar that happened to someone that I know. Now, what happened? In his place of business, there was a heated argument, more like a fight between some persons who also had business in that particular compound. Now, the quarrel or the discord, the altercation, was pretty serious or intense. So he left his business and decided to go intervene. And then it was between a man and a woman. So because he's a man, he felt it appropriate to go to the man, right? The male party involved in that altercation or that quarrel. And so he tried to pacify the man. And while pacifying the man, he tried to make the man understand that it is quite inappropriate that he's having such a heated, quarrel with a woman. That a man shouldn't engage a woman in such confrontation. That it was not very necessary. That there are other steps he can take to, make his point known. Now, the only thing he did was advise this man, but his advice did not fall on friendly ears. The man got angry and started telling him, would it concern you for the matter? That means is this matter your business? Why don't you mind your own business? Now, before you know what was going on, the matter is escalated. The man took a chair and threw it vigorously, at this person I know. And so when this person I know, tried to block with his hand, he felt some pain, close to his fingers. And in that moment, his adrenaline levels spiked, and he took the chair and returned the assault. To what end? Originally, you were trying to, make peace, right, between two people. Now you are now the one involved in the physical, confrontation with the person, all because you decided to take upon yourself the mantle of peacemaker. If he had continued with his business, in his shop, these people could have, quarreled and maybe blew off steam, and then the matter ends. But you decided to help out, right? You had good intentions. Now see what happened as a result of that, as a result of the fact that he reciprocated the assault. The chair hit the man's head and it cut it open. The man's head was cut open, just like that, and blood began to, I wouldn't say gush out. It was like a fountain, blood everywhere. This man, I don't know how to qualify this man's disposition. I mean, the person who has now been assaulted. He's a known troublemaker around his the place where he discharges his business. He just stayed there because after the affliction, this person who was trying to make peace just left angrily. But this man, when you have such, an issue with your own body, are you not supposed to take proactive measures, put pressure on it, and try to save yourself? Maybe go to a pharmacy or a clinic and have your head, taken care of by a doctor or a nurse. But no, he just stayed there and he was bleeding. Apparently, he wanted to die. So he had found someone who has done justice, has done the job. He was just there bleeding. It was people around who saw how this man was bleeding and he was just there in shock. Now decided to, are you just going to stay there? Look at your head now. He was bleeding so much. Well, I don't really know how the matter unfolded, 100%, because I was not there. I was only told. Because this person who was trying to make peace, this person I told you guys I know, was actually arrested by the police. And then he was in jail. He was arrested and he was in jail, for some days. In the end, he lost a lot of money, in damages for just trying to help. So you see why it's good to mind your business. A matter that does not concern you, just mind your business. Alright? According to how we see it locally, day your lane. The only time you should intervene in a matter is when it concerns you, when someone close to you is involved. Someone that is dear to you, then you can intervene to save that person. At least that person who is close to you might potentially listen to you when you're trying to pacify them. Alright? There's so many risks involved in trying to intervene in a matter that does not concern you. In fact, a lot of persons have lost their lives as a result of trying to intervene, trying to make peace between two people. There's so many incidences of that, which I cannot really write now because the video will be too long. So the moral of this story is always mind your business. Alright?